Horses are special creatures, and once you have had one in your life, you'll be forever changed. You know, it's a lifelong love. Hi, I'm Zack Bendler.
And I'm Rachel Bendler.
And we are the co-founders of Bella Run Equine. Do I think running Bella Run with two people is easy? I would say no, absolutely not. A lot of what taking care of horses is about is feeding them and training them and moving them from one place to another and stuff like that. And that's all really, really time consuming by yourself or even with another person. I would say like the worst parts are when something is sick or something is injured and there's serious trauma or something really bad happens with an animal, either that's in our care and someone else's care that brings it to us. When the middle of the night comes, it's just hard to stay awake if you worked all day and then now you're having to stay awake in the middle of the night to help keep a horse alive or help keep a dog alive or whatever. So I would say more than anything, that is the hardest part of this, is just simply not turning the switch off when you get tired. You just have to go because it's necessary to just keep going.
I can tell you that rescue work is very hard emotionally. You have to have a thick skin, and at the same time, you have to be able to see a lot and deal with a lot emotionally. You have to be this perfect combination of sensitive and strong. This past year, right after Christmas, there were 2 draft horses that had pulled Christmas carriages all season long for people, families. You see the carriages downtown, all decked out with bells and ribbons and things. And these horses, right after Christmas, it was just a couple days after Christmas, we saw them standing in the kill pen at the auction. And their story was, the auctioneer told it and said these were horses that were working all Christmas season and nobody bought them except for the kill buyer. And he bought them and they were going to get shipped for their meat, which was really upsetting. And we didn't have the money or room on the trailer, something that day. We just didn't have the funding to get them because they were bigger horses, so they were more expensive. And they got sold, and it bothered me a lot. And I told Zach that evening, and I said, I wonder if we can get those horses just somehow. I wonder if we can fundraise or do something. And we decided that it would be too expensive and we just shouldn't do it. So I had a picture of them that I took at the sale and I just put it up on my personal Facebook page. And I said, this is the face of horse slaughter. This is what happens. And it's crap what happens to these animals. They worked all season long and then they just get thrown away. And I wasn't asking for help. They had already sold. I didn't think that there was anything that could be done. And in less than 24 hours, we had all of the whole fee that it would have cost to buy them off of the kill buyer. We had that fundraised. We had their medical bills raised. We had a home lined up for them. We had a foster home and quarantine set up for them. Zach was driving 11 hours to go get them the next morning. They had been sold 3 times since they were sold at the auction, from one kill buyer to the next, just slowly making their way to a slaughter plant. And Zach tracked them down and made a deal and drove and got them. And that was pretty wild. And they're doing great now. They're happy, healthy horses living the retirement that they absolutely earned. And that was really cool to see. That was one of the first times that I realized that people want to help and that people will stand behind you if you give them the chance to help and present it in a reasonable, doable way for them.
These horses give me the opportunity to be the change that I want to see in the world. I am a cowboy. I wear a cowboy hat. Without a horse, I'm just a guy in a funny hat.